Welcome to another episode of the Part of My Back Show. It's me, your host, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West, where you check out my artwork in all of its splendor. If you don't like what I'm kicking, like what I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. Foreign film, a comedy. I stumbled upon a film that I saw the trailer, I think a year ago or 6 months to a year ago, and I said I wanted to see this film, right? Lo and behold, doing my extensive search, trying to find movies because it's dark out here in the movie theater, there's nothing to go see at all. I stumbled upon Brian and Charles, a UK film. I have nothing probably this year. I don't think I found a funnier film that dropped this year. From start to finish, the way this film was put together was amazing. Nothing short of amazing. Creativity, the way it was shot, it was as if he's talking to the camera. You know how most films, I don't know if is that first person? I think that's first person. So I think it was shot like first person, meaning he's talking to the camera as if you're following him, like some sort of a documentary, yet and still it's a movie. You know, that is, it caught my eye from the door when I seen that. Right? Let's get into the film. I mean, a little quick synopsis. So this guy's the joke of the town, you know, and he builds these things like these miscellaneous items that he uses, right, in his house. For instance, he had a pine cone like backpack that was nothing, just a bag with pine cones on it, but he would just put pine cones in the pine, you know, things like that, right? So he decides to build a robot out of a washing machine, you know, like I said, a bunch of miscellaneous items, and he decides to build a robot. So he names the robot Charles, and he didn't want people to make fun of him, you know, for building his robot. But his robot started developing personality, and you know, he was alone, so he essentially, it looks like he built a robot for companionship, you know. So he wanted to keep the robot at home, but the robot started developing personality. It was like, yo, I want to go out. Like, you're going places, let me go places. You know, I want to travel just like you, Charles. Like, so one day he takes the robot in the truck, and few people see him. In particular, a young lady that he kind of was trying to talk to, kind of fancied her. Due to her mom, he was a repairman, like the local repairman, so he would go to her crib and repair like the dishwasher or something like that. And so the mom was kind of throwing shade at him, but you know, you can tell there was some sort of likeness on both behalves, you know. So she noticed the robot, and the robot started to talk to her. She was fascinated. She was very intrigued that, you know, Brian made this robot. Of course, you gotta have the antagonist of the film. You know what I mean? So he's a bully of the block. He's the like the boogeyman and the bully of the town, and he strong arms people. Nobody likes him. He has like these two daughters, twins, his wife. Like they're filth. Honestly, they're like the gum on the bottom of your shoe. They are filthy. He notices Charles, so he goes to his crib. He wants to buy the robot from him. He's like, it's not for sale. So he takes it upon himself, breaks into the crib and steals the robot. And all he's going to use him for is junk. Well, when Brian went to go rescue him, he noticed that he was like being used like a slave. Like, you know what I mean? It was making mockery of him, and he didn't have the gall enough to defend him or take him back. So he went, you know, him and the young lady that I mentioned went back to his lab and conjured up a plan to go get Charles. Oh, Charles like lettuce for some reason. Cabbage. Charles like cabbage for some reason. Carl. My man cooked cabbage the whole film. Brian, he just cooked cabbage. It's crazy, right? So he rescues him. You know, he finally stands up to himself. He built like this. He was like Inspector Gadget. That's who it was. He was like Inspector Gadget, right? He built this gadget that punched the antagonist on the ground. You know, he saved the day of the town and everybody championed him. He was the man. You know what I mean? He was the man. Charles ended up being the man. Saved the day. And it's, listen, check out Brian and Charles. If you have a chance, it's a comedy. It's a fun-filled comedy. Everybody can watch it. It's not raunchy. It's a great, fun film. And honestly, I have nothing bad to say. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I wish the film was longer. I'll probably get a 10 out of 10. Of Sebastian's old work. 9 out of 10. Check out Brian and Charles, man. The cinematography is amazing. You know, the acting is phenomenal. The guy can act. The way it was shot. The whole shit. It's clicking on all cylinders. The comedy. I appreciate it all. It actually made me laugh. So check out Brian and Charles. Let's see what else. I think I'm gonna talk about. Oh, I seen a Latin movie I'm gonna talk about. Probably on the next episode. All right, that's it. Remember, slow run is better than no run. If you don't like my reviews, cut me some slack, and if that ain't good enough, pardon my back. And this is your first time watching me, I appreciate you. If you're returning, I appreciate you as well. I'm grateful that you're tuned into this objective bozo, sometimes biased and non-biased, talk about movies. All right. Oh, before I go, let all things be done decently and in order. I'm out of here. Salute.